Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the AT-15A. This is a tier 7 British premium tank destroyer with preferential matchmaking. The game I'm playing is an assault battle on Ruinberg Winter with tier 7 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with an enhanced gun laying drive, improved ventilation, and binoculars, and I am using a British crew which has 8 crew skills and perks. My team has to go on the offensive this game, and since there aren't too many tier 7 tanks in the game, I've got to make sure I have a big impact. So one thing about tank destroyers is that a lot of them are confined to passive gameplay. They just don't have that flexibility to be a frontline tank when they're top tier. But with the AT-15A, you can actually be very aggressive with it in the right situations. And so when I saw that the matchmaking was favorable for me, I wanted to make sure I took advantage of this tank's armor and assault capabilities. And with that in mind, I've already torn up most of this Tiger 1, a top tier heavy tank. I was rolling back and forth during that engagement to not give him an easy shot on my commander's hatch, but unfortunately the artillery aimed at me and I took a big hit there. Now I'm onto the KV-2 here, a tank that petrifies me in most situations. However, I've 3-marked the KV-2 and so I'm familiar with its limitations with the HE shells against the AT-15A's armor. It can still do a good amount of splash damage, but I knew I could take the hit and with my reload speed easily take him out. So I've lost over half my hit points already, but my team has now been able to take out 2 of the scariest tanks in the game. And not only that, we've made significant progress towards the base which we're assaulting. And that's very important because as a top tier tank, it's my job to make sure that we don't lose momentum. So often in the assault modes, players just get pinned down and are unable to move forward. You can't always get around that, but sometimes when you're using an assault tank like the AT-15A, you can really control the game situation. Alright, I'm in a bit of a predicament now. I was trying to keep the momentum of the game and so I was crossing the open area, but my teammates did not move with me, so now I'm a bit overextended here. Not only am I exposed to artillery fire, but I'm also having to keep track of enemies from multiple angles. But fortunately, the enemy artillery is looking elsewhere. My light tank teammate wins his duel off to the left, and the T-28 HTC off to my right is distracted with pinning down my teammates behind me. So with all those things going my way, I'm breaking out of this situation. I'm gonna charge right at that M6. The M6 actually broke my gun there, so I used my repair kit. I was reluctant to kill this enemy so fast because I was working on stage 7 of the Mercenary Contract for the Needle, and I needed to receive a whole bunch of potential damage at this stage. And this would have been a great opportunity to soak up a lot of fire, but there's no time to play with my food here. I've got to worry about that T-28 HTC off to my right. I do a quick little maneuver here to make sure that he doesn't get an easy shot on my commander's hatch, but his shot ends up going down towards my tracks, and I definitely know that I have the reload speed to destroy him. Now I use the AT-15A repeatedly during this stage of the Needle contract. I really enjoy using this tank, and even though I think it would have been a little more efficient to use one of my tier 10 tanks, I was able to grind out usually over 2,000 potential damage per game without having to adjust my game style. And because it's a premium tank, I was able to make some good silver, and I was able to make some good progress with my Jim White crew, who has that special last stand skill, which gives some good extra potential when I'm getting super aggressive like this. I took another huge hit from Artie here, and I'm just left on a few hit points. I was actually really happy about that because that maxes out my potential damage without losing the tank. I was just a little short of getting the top gun there. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 66,000 silver without any multipliers, keeping in mind that I did use 2 premium consumables there, and I also earned 3,286 experience without any multipliers. In this game, I dealt 3,539 damage, assisted with 85 damage, and destroyed 5 enemies while blocking 1,350 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, and Steel Wall. I'm happy to report that even though I'm not using my super crew, I'm able to maintain my 3-mark standing with the AT-15A. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,825. I managed to hit 29 of my 39 shots and penetrate 26 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I managed to injure the loader in the T-28 HTC, damage the radio and injure the radio operator in the KV-2, damage the engine in the Tiger 1, and damage the ammunition in the Black Prince. I was really excited to share this game, but not because it was an outrageous performance by the AT-15A, but because it really showed off the breakthrough potential of this tank, which I don't see used in battle too often. You can soak up a lot of fire and take minimal damage from HE shells, which can be a game changer for your team in the right situations. Hopefully this will give you some ideas for offensive maneuvers with your own AT-15A, and that you'll consider using this tank when grinding out potential damage in your Needle contract. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.